D2 washout, backup, weak hitting catcher, and my co-host, Division two washout, reliever, closer, starter, pinch runner.
Oh, yes, pinch runner, very
And
important.
this is thinking right center. So the winter meetings are happening.
Yes, sir.
And every year the winter meetings come up and we get really excited because it's the winter meetings and then nothing happens.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, well, so far we've got Joe Kelly signed a 1 year, $8 million deal. So he's just Joe Kelly.
I love Joe Kelly.
I love Joe Kelly. I mean, the Joe Kelly Fight Club as a Sox fan. He's the best
Yeah.
guy. He actually lost money. Did you hear about that?
No.
So he declined $9.5 million club option,
Yeah.
and it was a $1 million buyout,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
signed for $8 million. So he lost out on $500,000 for no reason at all, and didn't wait for a better offer, I guess.
So happens when you bet on yourself sometimes, man.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just I mean, they're the Dodgers.
The Dodgers are just gonna collect names.
They're just gonna get names.
I mean, same type of thing. I don't know if you want to do the other stuff, but they got Hayward back.
Did they?
Yeah.
I totally missed that.
Dude, no one said anything
Yeah,
about it.
what's his deal? Did you even read it?
1 year, 9 mil. I literally just saw it on ESPN.
What?
Yeah. Let me look this up.
Dude, he had an 800 OPS last year. Like, he's back. He's so back.
He is back.
He's so
He's
back.
Rookie year, Jason Hayward.
So cool. Oh, except I think I looked it up because I was curious. He had 17 plate appearances against lefties the entire season.
Yeah, I mean,
The Dodgers just don't play him against lefty. I think he was 1 for 17 with one homer, which is awesome.
yeah, that's cool. I love when MLB teams play that. Like they basically have two teams.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Dodgers have like two outfields. It's dope.
Where the heck did I see this? Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me the contract details.
Dodgers to re-sign Jason Hayward, $9 million 1 year.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if I were him, that's smart for him.
Yeah, and he obviously comfortable there.
Yeah,
They've helped him out in some way. He's
yeah.
gonna be a
They
great.
fixed his career. They fixed his whole career.
A little late.
Yeah, I mean, a little late to. Yeah, you probably thought he was gonna be a fucking Hall of Famer at one point.
I did.
Yeah,
I was thinking that.
Yeah. All right. Start with the biggest move of the offseason so far. Aaron Bummer to the Braves.
Yes. Well, biggest move by most players involved. Dude, I called you.
Yeah, thank you. This was, of all the things that have happened this offseason, the one thing that I got a call at midnight for was Aaron Bummer to the Braves.
I was just on face value, this is the most confusing trade of all time.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's I think we said it at the time. It's an MLB The Show trade.
Yeah, you unload all of your quadruple A players.
Right.
Which I personally love quadruple A players.
Yeah. So Aaron Bummer for Mike Soroka, Jared Schuster, Nick Lopez, Braid Shoemake, and Riley Gowans. Do you know anything about Riley Gowans?
No, I know he was like a reliever in high A.
Strikeout, like artist, like reliever in fucking high A.
Just had to throw another name in there.
Just a guy.
Yeah, that's the one I don't really understand being in there. But the rest of them, like, this is a good move for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, because what are the White Sox going to do with Aaron Bummer?
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah, and they're going to get like a bunch of young building pieces that one maybe could be good, but two will be able to be bridges for your rebuild. They'll
at least be baseball players. All five of those guys are baseball players. I know that.
And all five of them can play in the majors.
They can play baseball.
The only one, like Mike Soroka, makes me sad.
I'm sure it does. I figured that's probably the piece that makes you sad.
That's like, dude, he was so good.
No.
2 Achilles tears is just so sad. And like last year watching him, like you wanted him to be so good. And there's so much hype, and he just like wasn't this.
You're like a 6 ERA.
Yeah, like
but there's still he's like 25.
5, yeah.
He's
Dude,
not
he's there's still hope. I mean,
still is hope. And as from the White Sox perspective, like,
why not?
and it's like Schuster's not a horrible piece either.
Schuster is a back of your rotation guy.
We hope. That's the hope, right? Is that he?
Throws weird.
Yeah,
Um, he doesn't throw hard.
yeah.
Great change.
Like if Jared Schuster goes out and he starts games and has like a mid 4s ERA, like you're more than happy with that.
Fine. Yeah.
Can he do that? I have no idea.
He didn't show he could do that, but I'm sure there's a reason he was a first round pick, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And then Nicky Lopez has he has a 6 WAR season in his bag.
Nicky Lopez, I mean, yeah. Like, what are the Braves going to do with him?
That's exactly what your reaction to hearing the name Nicky Lopez should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't watch baseball for the defense. I don't know if some psychos out there do.
Somebody does, and they love Nicky Lopez.
They're like, God,
They
look at
love because he can't hit worth a fucking lick.
yeah.
But
I mean,
he can play the shit out of second base.
oh,
He can play the shit out of second base. Then
guy,
Braden Shoemake,
guy can play a second base.
yeah, and then Braden Shoemake is another former first rounder
First rounder, yeah.
collecting
Uh,
first.
I mean, older guys like a college.
Yeah, I mean,
Like a
there's a
college
reason
guy.
there's a reason they traded him. They don't think he's going to be.
Yeah. Also, eerily looks like Dansby. Like Braves obviously have a type.
That's true.
He had like the beard and long hair,
Handsome shortstops.
handsome shortstops. I mean,
But so we'll talk
well,
about Aaron. We actually didn't even talk about Aaron Bummer, which is awesome. So Aaron Bummer had a 6.79 ERA last year in 58 innings.
this,
However,
this is why I called you.
yes, however, he had a 3.5 expected ERA and a 3.5 FIP
Yeah.
with a 99th percentile barrel percentage, 97th percentile ground ball rate, and an 87% K rate. However, he walked 5.5 per nine.
Yeah. So very unlucky, along with shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, so that's what
Perfect
happens,
combo.
right? If you get super unlucky and you're walking everybody, like they're all going to score.
Oh yeah.
But
He's gonna go to the Rick Kranitz School of Pitching, man. He's gonna flourish.
no, I've fully convinced myself in the past like 3 weeks when this happened that he's going to be the best reliever in baseball.
Oh yeah, he's gonna donate 1% to the Braves Foundation too.
I've fully fucking committed. Aaron Bummer is going to be unbelievable in the Braves bullpen.
I certainly hope so.
I think he will be. I think Aaron Bummer is fucking really good.
Also, at worst, like you got rid of some players that were reaching arbitration.
Yeah.
Like
So you cleared your 40-man space.
yeah, like at first I was pretty shocked just from the sheer amount of names.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they wouldn't have played. So
They would never have played. None of those guys would ever have played.
yeah. Well,
So,
Braden Shoemake, I've had him in a few rebuilds.
I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure you
very
have.
valuable.
But we'll stick with the Braves because this is an actual big thing that happened.
Heck yeah.
So it's Kellenic, Marco Gonzalez, and Evan White, who we talk about way more than we should.
I think we mentioned Evan White in the last. Yeah.
And it was for Cole Phillips and Jackson Kowar.
I mean, Braves get the Gold Glove first baseman they always needed,
Yeah, Evan White. Do you know how bad he is?
and how much money he's going to get paid. I think that was a big part of pushing this trade through.
This was a salary dump. This was a glorified salary dump.
I mean, the Braves, I think, had to include Evan White to push this one through because, like, let's talk about what the Braves are giving up. I mean, Kowar, who they just got from the Royals for all right, art of the deal, Alex Anthopoulos, nice.
And also, I mean, Kowar, he's just a shitty reliever.
Yeah, former first rounder.
Was he really?
Yeah,
just like a reliever with a 5 ERA, who kind of sort of strikes guys out, but so does fucking everybody.
He started at one point. There's still hope. That one was a weird trade. We'll talk about that.
28.
What's up?
Kowar is like 28 years old.
Yeah. He's had some chances.
Yeah, like I think Cole Phillips is apparently a good prospect.
2021 first round pick.
Second round.
22 first round.
22 first rounder, and
Oh, Cole Phillips, yeah.
yeah, he missed all of last year
Yeah,
with
was
TJ.
the Braves took 3 pitchers
Yeah, he's a high school.
in that
High school.
first round. Yeah.
But
Yeah, hasn't played yet. So I mean, I don't hate giving him up this early, right?
no, and
Like,
especially like
yeah.
Kellenic. We'll obviously start with Kellenic because he's why the deal's being made.
Yeah. No,
You
yeah.
convinced he's good as a Braves fan? Are you convinced he's good?
He's better than well, number one, he's probably gonna be better than Eddie Rosario.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to admit, Eddie Rosario, best player ever. Um, but also like I'm excited about like the potential still. He's still young. I think him like having a lot of protection in the Braves lineup is going to be awesome. Last year at the beginning of the year was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we talked about that when that was happening. We were both pumped.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. Like a first rounder that struggled and like is finally coming into his own. Plays pretty good defense.
Yeah.
Hits the ball hard, strikes out. That's fine. He got hurt last year?
Yeah, he punched a wall. Remember that?
Dude.
Broke his hand
It's
punching the wall.
an epidemic. We need
I know.
punchable walls in locker rooms, like foam walls. That's it.
Devin Williams.
Yeah, Huascar Ynoa. That's a name.
Oh shit! Oh my god, I forgot he did that.
Could be coming back this year from TJ.
Yeah, he might be.
He was good.
He had a home run once. Remember that?
He did a grand slam.
That was pretty sick.
He punched a bench, not even a wall.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, Jared Kelenic, cool pickup at least.
Yeah, at the bare minimum.
Cool pickup.
Yeah, fun. Fun.
Yeah, I mean Jared Kelenic, like big lefty power bat, and Vaughn Grissom, Jared Kelenic platoon.
What, left?
Vaughn Grissom playing left field in Puerto Rico this one.
I fucking hate that.
Where else are you gonna play Vaughn?
I get it, but like fuck. I hate it.
He's playing left field in Puerto Rico this winter.
All right. If he's a good left fielder, I mean he can hit.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm in the baseball school of thought where any athlete could be a decent left fielder.
Yeah. No, so am I.
But yeah, I mean, Vaughn Grissom last year in AAA by like 300 with 20 something. So like you can't have another year of him in the minors. You got to find a spot for him.
Yeah.
I
don't hate a platoon there.
No, that's like what I was excited for. Right. So left field, I think, is pretty much done.
Yeah, and so I want to talk. We'll go back. I want to go back to Kellenic here.
Yes.
He hit 253, 327 OP or on base with a 419 slug.
Yeah.
And he had a 1.3 FWAR in 105 games. So of 162, it's like 2.1, I think.
I'm happy with that.
Right. And especially like if he duplicates that, you're fine. As a Braves fan, it's like you're good with that. You're hoping that it's more, but I'm like not convinced that Jared Kelenic is good.
Yeah, you think? I mean, what was it like half a year?
It was 105. It was 105 games, and he struck out. So he struck out 31.7% of the time.
Yeah,
which is high.
No, I think, yeah, you can't really like fall in love with him yet. It's the same thing as who are we talking about that had one good year last episode? Why would you like buying high after one like Bellinger?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Still, I mean Bellinger. It's more of an extreme, but it's like
much lesser extent with Kellenic.
Historic struggles, and then like this, like he didn't have a full year. Like I get. Yeah, I'm also weary of that, but I am excited for the positive part of this.
Yeah, and I think for the players that you gave up, you will 100% take the risk with Kellenic because the only thing that you're taking on is money for this season, and that's it.
Yeah.
So quickly talk about Marco Gonzalez and Evan White. So Gonzalez stinks. He's had like a 5 ERA past like 4 seasons. Like, he's bad. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he makes it to the season as a Brave.
The lefty sinker baller throwing like 88.
Yeah, he's got like 6K per nine the past like 3 years. He's bad. He stinks, and he's due to make 12 million. So good on the Mariners for getting rid of him.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's another. I mean, this trade's looking good for the Mariners too,
And then so Evan White is set to make 7 million this year,
and it's
8 million, 8 million the next year.
yeah,
So this is a complete just salary dump for the Mariners.
yeah. Evan White was another one of those guys. Like the Braves did a lot, like extending guys before they even played in the majors. Evan White's the negative side of that.
Yes,
Like
100%.
they drafted him. I think he went to Kentucky. Drafted out of Kentucky. He was like supposed to be the next big like first base slugger. His defense has definitely developed. I mean, can't talk enough about Evan White's defense at
He's a
first.
Gold Glover in AAA.
Guy can pick it.
Yeah.
But didn't he bat like 160 last year in AAA?
Well, he was hurt last year. He
Okay.
did. He played like 4 games.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Crazy like that. But he had like played a full season in 22 with like a 750 OPS in AAA.
There's something there.
He's old now too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
He's 27 now. He's old. So it's funny. It's funny you bring that up because I was thinking about that earlier, where it's like with Albies, right?
yeah,
We always ask each other, we're like, why did Albies sign that? And like, this is why you signed it.
yeah.
Because Evan White's set for life now, and he was never a good major leaguer, and probably never will be.
I mean, that's the dream. Some call it.
Yeah, no, he'll probably retire after 25, and then it'll be good.
Yeah. Have the kind of changed the subject, but same thing. Like, have the Brewers given Churio his deal yet?
Yeah, I saw the reports. I'm not even sure if that's official. I'm assuming it is because there's details on it.
I think it's like around 10
Eight
million.
8 years for 80 million.
Both
Which,
sides. I'd take it.
yeah, yeah, and especially he's gonna start the season at 19.
Yeah.
And
No,
I honestly think part of the reason he's getting this deal, I think the Brewers are gonna, if he has a good spring training, they're gonna start him in center field to start the season.
I mean, I'd like that.
Well, yeah, and you're not buying any service time either because you
Oh,
already
when
gave
you
him
have
this
the
deal.
extension, you don't have to worry about arbitration.
No sense in is holding him back for a month like we see teams doing, and then
Yeah.
just get the service time. He's going to be your center fielder. If he performs well in the spring, you might as well just start him in center.
Yeah.
Nobody's blocking him, right? So I think the Brewers outfield could be kind of cool. Like it's Yelich and
I definitely think so.
Uriel in center with Frelick and right. That's a cool ass outfield.
That is a sick outfield.
Yeah. So Churio, he's like okay. For maybe people don't know Jackson Churio. He's the top three prospect in baseball. I think 22 jacks last year and
Yeah, he exploded like
late.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was fucking 18 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
like he's a freak.
Yeah.
But I think he stole like close to 40 bags, hit 20 something homers and double A as a 19-year-old.
Yeah. Dude, that power speed combo with an outfielder is just awesome.
Yeah, he's an electric player. He's a risky pre getting to the major league deal though.
Another strikeout guy.
Yeah, like he'll iron that out, right? Like I think he's going to be a good player because
Yeah.
he's a top three prospect in baseball, and he's in Double A at 19 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he could, so to put it in perspective, right? Like he could be last year. He should have been a sophomore at fucking Florida. You know what I mean?
So,
And he's playing Double A.
yeah.
So, like in perspective, like he's younger. He's 2 years younger than Dylan Cruz.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah. No, I
Crazy.
I'm super excited to watch him. Yeah, throughout all of last year, I heard so many reports about him.
Yeah, he's a good defensive center fielder.
Yeah, seemed like came out of nowhere, kind of. Like
yeah, and what did he? I'm assuming he's an international guy.
Yeah, definitely an international
No,
guy.
do you know what he got paid to come over?
No idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, I think it's kind of risky, but I like it.
I mean, yeah, we see both sides. Like you see what the Braves did with Albies, what the Braves did with Acuna, but you also see Evan White.
White, yeah, Evan White's and like Scott Kingery. Remember Scott Kingery?
Kingery. He just got released or didn't get his. He got his option declined by the Phillies.
Yeah, so he's Yeah, so for every Albies, there's a Evan White, and Scott
Yeah,
Kinger. But I
I like.
do let's a lot of Mariners talk. Uh, Another salary dump.
Yes, yes.
Uh, Eugenio Suarez to the D-backs for essentially nothing. Carlos Vargas and maybe my favorite player in the league, Sebi Zavala.
The fall.
The most legendary 3 home run game ever. Don't forget it. Do you
Where
know?
where were you for the Sebi Zavala 3-run home?
Do you know that happened?
No.
Yeah,
Was
he
it
had.
with the White Sox?
Yes, he hit his first career home run and then hit 2 more.
It's just a random, such a random player.
One of them was a grand slam, and the White Sox lost,
Oh
which is
God,
awesome.
that's perfect. He's gonna come up in the name game at some
Yeah,
point.
100%. He's going to be in the Immaculate Grid.
Oh
He's the
yeah.
Immaculate Grid legend.
So with your expert opinion,
That's right.
where, where do you think the Mariners are going? Like, what does this say about their plans?
I'll get to that. I want to get to that next. I
Yeah.
do want to talk about Suarez and the D-backs.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
So I love Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's no
He's
doubt.
great. And I
Got
think
all far.
so. Carlos Vargas is like a minor league reliever, and Sebi Zavala is a backup catcher. So you traded a minor league reliever who's like he's got good stuff, whatever, right? A lot of guys have good stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
and a backup catcher for your starting third baseman, who he had a 3.2 FWAR, and the power was down. He only had 22 home runs this past season, but the thing I was looking at, which surprised me, his lowest game count since 2016 is 145.
that's great.
He plays like 160 like every year.
That's so valuable.
So that like
Yeah,
after your third baseman, you just plug him in every game. He's going to strike out 30% of the time, and he's going to hit bombs.
yeah.
And
I mean,
a D-backs lineup that can afford that.
who were D-backs had? They were trotting out. They had like Longoria and yeah, like Emmanuel Rivera played third times.
Yeah. So he's better than both of them, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you traded nothing basically to get him besides just paying him. And he's only due 11 million this year, and then there's a club option the next year for 15 million. So if he doesn't perform this year, it's just 11 million, and then you decline the club option.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love that move.
I
I've
love for the D
already really good D-backs team, a team that made the World Series.
Yeah, and Suarez is a guy that if everything clicks right, he can hit you 35 homers.
Yeah.
Right? Like he had one year. I mean, it was a juice ball year. He hit 49 and 19.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he hit in 2022. He hit 31. It's like I will not be surprised if he hits 31 homers this year.
Yeah, another guy like already in an already good lineup too.
Yeah,
I think yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
and I think
I
about the construction of the D-backs lineup. Who strikes out on a crazy basis there? No one, right?
yeah.
So you can afford to have a guy that
Yeah.
strikes out 30% of the time.
No, I
Okay.
totally agree.
Yeah.
That lineup's gonna rock.
Yeah, that lineup. Yeah.
They have like one of each archetype.
Yeah. And like to have another like righty power bat to like Christian Walker,
Oh yeah.
I think huge.
You're a guy.
Yeah, I love Christian Walker.
America's guy.
Yeah, America's first baseman, Christian Walker.
The guy hits nukes and he plays really good first base.
Right. He's got the best life ever.
Yes.
But no, so I love that move for the D-backs. And then now we can go to the Mariners.
Yeah. So like I don't know what the Mariners are really doing.
So
that's why I wanted to see like what you thought. Like it's
Yeah.
a weird spot.
So I want to do a thought exercise.
Okay.
So these guys are both third basemen.
Okay.
One of them is 30. So the 30-year-old, this past season, 30 years old, got a 3.3 FWAR,
Mm-hmm.
117 WRC plus for an 807 OPS. The other guy is 31. He had a 3.5 FWAR, a 110 WRC plus, and a 754 OPS. They both play third. Which one would you rather have?
I'd rather the first one.
So the first guy is Heimer Candelario.
No way, dude.
Yep. The second guy is Matt Chapman.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed it was a defensive guy just by the F war, the
Yeah.
OPS difference.
Right. And so I was looking at contract predictions for both of them. Heimer
Yeah,
4 for 70. Chapman is 6 for 150. It's
gotcha.
almost a no-brainer. Like for me, I would want to sign. The Mariners need a third baseman.
Yeah.
There's two pretty good third basemen out there. They have if they don't sign one of these guys, if I'm a Mariners fan, I'm so fucking angry.
Because it feels like the window for the Mariners.
It's now. It's right now. Like
Yes. And
there's no better time.
that's why I was surprised by the Kelenic trade and very surprised by this trade.
That's why I think you
Like,
should expect if they are not like insanely active over trades, free agents. If you're a Mariners fan, you should be so fucking pissed off because you're pissed
they
away.
traded a lot of money.
Yeah, you just traded money, so go do something with it.
Yeah.
Right? So I
Yeah.
think
You have one of the best outfielders in baseball.
yes,
You have a pretty good team around him.
yep. And I like they haven't signed Teoscar. Who knows how close they are to signing? Like I think they should just re-sign Teoscar.
Yeah.
Just run it back, righty power bat. You just hope he has a better season.
Yeah.
Depending
True.
on price, I don't know what his market's like. If it's crazy, then I'm okay with moving off Teoscar.
Yeah.
But I think your priority now needs to be third base because your starting third baseman right now is Luis Arias.
Dude, Matt Chapman just feels like a Mariner.
You think?
It's like that Mariners athletics vibe of just
I
like,
wouldn't. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, it's a good third. He is a good third baseman, no matter what. However you want to
dude, let's
slice it,
talk about the half splits of Matt Chapman.
dude. That's why
First,
I don't want him on my team. Honestly,
no.
he
First half
drive
of
me
the
nuts.
year, he was elite.
The
Like
first month,
best. Oh, but first month, yeah.
the first month, he has like the first month. He has like he's the best player on the planet. And I was telling people, I'm like, he might win the MVP. And then for 3 months, he completely disappears.
It was crazy.
He's a 650 OPS, and he does this like every year. Where it's
It's
like
insane.
two
And
two months, he looks like the best player in baseball, and then 4 months, he looks like the worst player in baseball.
that will be so frustrating.
And the only thing that keeps him as a well above, I would say he's a well above average player,
His
is
defense.
his defense, which is great. That's great and all. The Mariners need somebody to hit the fucking ball.
The Mariners, their lineup was pretty anemic.
And
A
when
lot.
it wasn't, they won a lot of games.
Yeah. Yeah.
There, so I was looking at their depth chart right now. The five through nine, and actually 4 through 9 in their order. Ty France, Cade Marlowe, Luis Arias, Dominic Canzone, Taylor Trammell, and Josh Rojas. This is the Fangraphs.
I forgot they got that trade with the Diamondbacks for Canzone.
Rojas and
Yeah.
traded.
Rojas, very weak hitting player.
Yes. So they need a third baseman because Luis Arias cannot start at third base.
No.
It can't happen.
Yeah, it's a very weak hitting lineup.
They don't need pitching.
They've got great pitching.
They have great pitching. They have Gilbert, they have Kirby, they have Castillo, they have Wu, and they have Bryce Miller. If I can sit here and just rip off your starting five,
Bryce Miller. Yeah.
if I can sit here and rip off your starting five, you have a good rotation.
Yeah.
Right? I can't do that with every team.
Also have a bunch of guys who are getting there, like Matt Brash.
Matt Brash in the bullpen is fucking electric.
Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's electric. Like they have a good enough bullpen and they have great starting pitching. They need to just make it so fucking 5 through 9 in your order doesn't suck.
I know.
Like completely suck.
It seems so obvious.
It is obvious.
Yeah.
I would hope because they're unloading money that they know it's obvious and they're going to do something. Right?
Yeah.
That would be the logical train of thought. But I also don't really trust them to do it. I don't trust them to do it at all.
Mariners don't spend money.
I know, but they should right now. And it doesn't have to be some crazy deal.
No.
And I don't
There's a lot of good value players out there.
I don't expect you to go trade for Soto either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just do the in between. Like I would sign Candelario, I would re-sign Teoscar, and I would look into Soler, JD Martinez, and Reese Hoskins.
Yes. I was about to say Reese Hoskins. I was like, I have no idea
This is
who
it.
want Reese Hoskins. This is a perfect fit.
The perfect fit because Ty France, I'm done with Ty France.
He's had some good years, but
I think he's cut.
it's time to admit he's done.
And also, they don't really have a DH right now, so I guess if you sign Hoskins and Ty France is your DH, it's like I hate it, but it's a thing you could do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Hoskins, like I would sign, I legit. Do you have the money now where you could, because they cleared 30 million in cap,
Yeah.
so you could sign Candelario, and you could sign because they weren't up against the luxury tax either. They don't spend that much in general.
No,
They
they're
have
not.
they have more money to spend than just 30 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could sign Candelario, and fuck it, maybe you don't even sign Teoscar. Maybe you don't. But you could sign Candelario, you could sign Soler, and you could sign Hoskins.
That's kind of a cool
That's
three
a
to
cool trio of all things that you need. You need a first baseman, you need a DH, and you need a third baseman.
just poppers. Yeah.
Guys, you need guys that can like
Drive and runs.
drive and run.
Drive and runs.
Like you need guys that get on base, please. Like
Yeah.
because last year, like the first half, they sucked. Or they didn't suck, but they weren't nearly as good as what we thought they could have been.
Oh, they
Because
definitely dug themselves in a hole.
yeah, their offense was anemic because J Rod wasn't going well in the first half.
No, yeah, exactly.
And once he started going, the whole team started going. And it just proves that, okay, if this team hits, they're really good. They're a really good team.
They
Because
defend well, they pitch well.
yeah, their pitching is going to carry. So just add hitters.
Yeah.
It's like it's the easiest game plan I could even imagine for a team.
Oh, yeah.
You have money now, go sign hitters. But that's my kind of rant on the Mariners because if they don't do anything after these trades, I'll be upset.
If they don't do anything after these trades, they should trade away more players.
They should.
Yeah.
They should trade Castillo to the Red Sox.
I like it. I like it.
I love it. Right. I'm done with the Mariners. Cardinals.
The Cardinals rotation is so old.
Sure are.
Crazy.
It is nuts how old they are.
Kyle Gibson.
Yep.
Is their signing. Lance Lynn.
Yep.
And Sonny Gray, who I love.
Yeah.
Very mad he's not a Brave.
I would be too.
And then who's the rest of their lineup? It's Ethan Matz
and Miles Michaelis.
Miles Michaelis. D2 baller. Sunshine State Conference.
Legend.
Yeah, he's a shark. That is the most Cardinals rotation.
Yes. So I was looking at it. So I love the Sonny Gray signing.
Oh,
like
he's
perfect.
He's an ace.
Yeah. He's 3 years, 70 million. Do I expect him to finish second in Cy Young again? No. He had a 2.79 ERA, but he's a ground ball pitcher for a team with great defense.
Yeah, I've actually, yeah. It's a interesting thing, but I saw our friends over at was Just Baseball. Good podcast.
Oh, yes.
Did you see what they said?
No.
They were basically like Cardinals, pretty good offensive team, great defending team.
Mm-hmm.
They just bought just innings.
I did see that TikTok.
Yeah. Last year they got like all-time low quality starts from their starters and lost a ton of games. And then the games they got quality starts, they basically won all of them. Mm-hmm. And now they basically are going to probably double their quality start output. And so like, maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe all of them get hurt.
Yeah. That's sort of the nature of pitching at this point, right? Everybody gets fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like everybody has an equal chance of getting hurt. So I guess just build it to the best you can and hope that they don't get hurt.
And just the Cardinals seem like they're playing a year at a time right now.
Yeah. So I love the Sonny Gray because I think he's going to be like they have their infield looks great.
Yeah.
Like Arenado at third, who is an all-time defender. Mason Wynn at short, who
Yeah.
has
If
a crazy arm.
If
If he can hit enough to play every day at short, he's going to be easily top 5 defensive shortstop. And I think he will hit enough. He's very young, but I think he's going to hit enough.
Yeah.
You have Gorman / Donovan at second.
Big Nolan Gorman fan.
I love Nolan Gorman.
I think he's underrated. Power hitting second baseman pretty much.
And Goldie at first. That's a defensive infield for a ground ball pitcher.
And then, I mean, yeah. I'm really even thinking about the rest of their team. Like, got Jordan Walker, who's like
Jordan Walker and right.
To be excited.
You have Newt Bar, and it's expected that Tommy Edman's going to play center now.
He can do anything.
He's the craziest athlete ever.
He's your favorite guy.
I love Tommy. He's so. I love. It was like the first thing I ever wrote about was fucking Tommy Edman. I love Tommy Edman.
He's a Swiss Army knife, and he's sharp on all points.
Yeah, he's like he's an elite defensive shortstop. He's an elite defensive second baseman, and he's a elite defensive center fielder now.
He's the opposite of Kike.
Yeah, who's just poor at everything.
He can play every position, not well, but he can do it.
No, but I like their team.
No, yeah, I like Cardinals are.
Yeah,
we had high hopes from last year. They were disappointing last year.
And they needed pitching last year.
And then went out and just
never got it. And then they're like, all right, fuck it. Lance Lynn, Kyle Gibson, and Sonny Gray.
Oh, Kyle Gibson, like he just floats around.
I like Kyle Gibson. So do you know foolish baseball? His term is the innings eater.
Yes, he's the innings eater.
They're both Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson are just Chad innings eaters.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like they just will give you 6 innings at least.
It might be 5 runs.
Yeah. Lance Lynn, his weird just variations of fastballs is very interesting to me. Like the guy just throws only variations of like the sinker, a cutter, and then you're like, oh, that's actually a slider. Good job, Lance.
He's like Bartolo.
He is. It seems like he kind of just makes it up on the spot.
Yeah. So do you think he's cooked? Do you think Lance Lynn's cooked?
I do.
I don't.
Interesting. I mean,
I really don't.
Yeah.
He had obviously he fucking sucked this year. He had like a 6.5 ERA.
But he did go to the Dodgers. Maybe they did something.
So, right. Because I've seen this point too, and it's like it's an obvious point, but the Dodgers only trade for guys that they maybe could get something out of.
Yeah.
The Dodgers traded for Lance Lynn. And so, and he still struck guys out. He had like an 18 strikeout game last year. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, he struck like 17 in and out. Yeah, very weird. But it's 1 year for $10 million.
I don't hate it because like that Worth is just gonna get innings.
It's just innings. He's not like
paying for a guy to eat innings every 5th day.
I think Lance Lynn could still be good. I'm gonna put it out there.
He's gonna play it the whole year.
I think Lance Lynn could go out and still give you a sub-4 ERA.
I like that. I
really do.
I think more of a 4 and above guy, but I don't mind the optimism.
At $10 million a year, if he goes out and gives you a 4.5, you're
great.
Gold. That's great.
Yeah.
And Kyle Gibson is just going to give you somewhere in the range of 4.5 to 5 every year. There's no upside.
And he's going to look damn good doing it.
And he's going to throw 190 innings. And at the end of the season, Kyle Gibson will have a 4.7 ERA with 190 innings. And that's it's every year.
I like look back on the year, like the new signing comes in or I'm playing the show and I go, oh yeah, Kyle Gibson exists.
Yep.
He is one of the baseball players of all time.
Yeah, I will no doubt be in the first week of the season on MLB.com. I will click a Cardinals game and I'll be like, oh yeah, Kyle Gibson's on the Cardinals.
He's such a Cardinal. Just old veteran pitchers.
Yeah, but if the Cardinals sign one more like good starter,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I think they need someone to kind of take him over that hump. Because
uh,
Steven Matz,
yeah, I can't have Steven Matz starting games for me. I,
yeah. Yeah, it's just
they think that there's somebody like, do they think Liberatore is going to figure it out finally?
yeah, I love Liberatore and his
I do
curveball.
too. Well, everybody does. It's the most aesthetically pleasing curveball of all time.
He just gets hit.
Yeah, because it fucking pops out of his hands. Throws a
Liberatore,
rainbow.
yeah.
But
They've got a lot of weird young guys that I thought would be good.
Cardinals always do that though.
Like Dakota Johnson,
Go to Hudson.
Dakota Hudson. They have another guy, Jordan. It's like I forgot his name.
Yeah. See, that's
But they're all like have some hype, and then you're just kind of like, they're very mid. And Miles Michaelis has gone down pretty
yeah.
quickly. Like,
He's a Chad innings eater too.
yeah, yeah,
They've got 3 innings eaters. They need guys like I was thinking if they are willing to still spend, Montgomery would be number one for me if I'm the Cardinals.
yeah. Cardinals Jordan Montgomery reunion makes so. We talked about it last time. Makes so much sense. He is the St. Louis Cardinal.
If you're not going to go out and sign Yamamoto,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
which I don't think they will. I think at this point they're not. They already signed Gray, so I don't think they're going to go out another splash. Yeah. Montgomery, it might still be too much money for them as well, but and Eduardo Rodriguez would make sense for me.
Oh yeah, Warburg is.
He would
I
make
think
sense
it
for
makes
me.
sense for any MLB team.
Yeah, a 3.
Yeah,
Everybody needs a 3.
yeah. And if you
The,
want
the
to left
Braves,
starter,
the Braves need a 3. The
Braves
everybody needs a 3.
the Braves need at least one starter. I think two.
Yeah, and actually, this is a good transition. Aaron Nola, 7 years,
Back.
172 million. The Braves were in.
Yeah. I think
How badly did you want Aaron Nola, though? Realistically,
I did want Aaron Nola, but I also think paying him that much, I would not have wanted.
I wouldn't want to give him 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
How
I
old is
saw it, it didn't surprise me though.
No, I mean Aaron Nola is very good. He was the unluckiest pitcher last year, I believe.
Yeah, he
Like analytically.
combination of unlucky and not being as sharp, but he's at the very worst. I think Aaron Nola, his very worst, is a 3 starter
Yeah. Another guy that eats innings, has a track record of playing whole seasons.
because he couldn't be much. He could not be much worse than what he was last year, and he put up a 4.4 ERA.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Is
I'm a big Aaron Nola fan. I would have liked him on the Braves, but the 7 years scared me.
Yeah, it would scare me too.
Yeah, that's cool. He's going back to the Phillies, I guess.
Yeah, well, I said that last episode. He just feels like a Philly.
Yeah, his whole career there. He's been there, one of their guys.
And realistically, Dombrowski was never letting Aaron Nola go to the Braves.
No,
No,
no.
he would have if the Braves offered him 7 years, 200. Dombrowski would have been like 7 years, 210.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
to keep you off the Braves, Dombrowski was going to do it. I'm not surprised that Dombrowski immediately signed Nola so he could get on with the rest of his offseason, presumably.
yeah. I mean, Phillies always have money to spend.
They've got the money, and Dombrowski's not going to not spend it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
What I will
recommend
say,
him. I like I like Nola. I think the tail end of that contract might not be so great, but
yeah,
they're not playing for that.
yeah, the Phillies are in their window right now.
Yeah,
Like,
so yeah,
why not go out, get that starter, and try and win one?
yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Like they've already pretty much they've already sold out for right now.
Yeah, yeah. They have so much money invested in this team. A lot of aging guys. Good mix of young guys though. They have some
Yeah,
good, also cool young guys, which
I
I
love
hate to
side.
like. Bryce Stott, Alec Boehm,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
They're like the old Phillies, like the Phillies that had like mullets and like had like huge mouths full of chew. Like they're kind of getting back to like badass Phillies.
and they're Philly. They're Philly
Yeah,
trash. The
they're
team
great.
represents Philly trash very well.
Yeah, they're
Um,
great.
But yeah, no, it wasn't surprising. It's not even really a huge. It's like, oh yeah, Aaron Nola's a Philly. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's about right. And they kind of move
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Um, some interesting in between the margins moves. Now, I think we pretty much covered everything like big that happened.
yeah.
Kenta Maeda to the Tigers.
That's a weird. So the Tigers are just. What are the Tigers?
I don't know. I almost have convinced myself they're going to be good.
I
Somehow
love Kent Maeda.
I do too. He was
He's
good last year.
he's so good.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, and
He had
he's ageless.
he had a 4.23 ERA with a 3.7 FIP in
I was
like
thinking he
104 innings.
started the year really well too.
He was hurt to start the year,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then but when he did start his season, he was very good.
No, I like that. The Tigers are. I don't even really know
Weird
much about
spot.
the staff to be honest. The
I can list off the starters for you. I wrote them down.
the team I pay the least attention to is the Tigers. So please list them off.
So Scooball, who I think is an ace,
Eric Skubal, yeah.
Reese Olson, Kenta Maeda, Matt Manning, Casey Mize.
Casey Mize, dude, I don't. That's a guy I really want to succeed.
I don't. He's never going to live up to the first overall pick thing, but
Yeah,
I think he can still be a good starter.
yeah. He never like when you watch him pitch, he doesn't look incredible,
No,
but like he looked like a pro pitcher in college. Was I think the reason they liked him. They thought they could get him up quickly,
yeah, and they did.
and they did.
He got hurt.
Yeah, and like having your like number one pitch be a splitter is really hard because it's
So
just such an inconsistent pitch.
yeah, I think so. Maeda is like an interesting add to this rotation
It really is,
because he's so much older than everybody else.
which I like. I
Which
like adding a veteran to a young rotation,
I also think he's just good. He was 2 years for 24 million, and I
and
think club option for the second year, which is great.
I think a big thing the Tigers needed was consistency.
Yes. Well, they
And
need somebody. They need somebody to pitch.
you're
Everybody
getting that with
fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
When you have, yeah, you need consistency and you need someone who's going to show up every fifth day and do their job. And I think that's what you get.
hopefully Maeda does that because he gets hurt a lot. But
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have high hopes for the Tigers.
I
We
like
love,
strangely like the Tigers.
they're just perpetual underdogs.
I think they. I don't think it can be overstated how much the Javier Baez contract handicaps them
Oh my God.
because
It's
they
bad.
it's horrible because they would be in the market for some of these bigger names if they didn't have literally the worst player in baseball playing shortstop for them.
Yeah, exactly.
He is legit the worst player in baseball. I don't see it getting any better. And now the Tigers have to try to make in between the margins moves.
Yeah.
They can only get so good with him on the roster.
Yeah, they have a weird team. Um, Also, like, don't forget about Austin Meadows.
Got non-tendered.
I know.
Yeah.
He like had like
He had like mental
mental
health issues.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what talk about a guy that like I loved Austin Meadows.
I did too. He might be one of those guys that was just on the Rays was really, really fucking good.
Yeah, that's true.
Second they leave the Rays, it kind of
That
just
sucks.
you know.
Also, little known fact, Parker Meadows is also on in the Tigers organization.
Yeah, he had his first career home run was off Ryan Presley. It was a walk-off homer.
Yeah, I played against Parker Meadows in high school.
He did?
Yeah, he's 2 years younger than me, 3 years younger than me.
Where is he from?
Grayson, Georgia. Same with Austin
Yeah.
Meadows.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he at like a Logan High School? I would assume so.
Yeah, I played him in travel ball. He's a stud. He's a
Yeah.
stud. I mean, big lefty. Like, he's
But
gonna be
so he's projected to start every day for them.
another good under the radar prospect from the Braves. Justin Henry Malloy traded to the Tigers last year.
Okay.
Guy kind of mashed this Georgia Tech guy. It's the only reason I know him.
course, it's a tech guy. Of course, you don't know.
No. Yeah, but he like he was batting like over 300. The only thing is he's older,
Yeah, but still, if he
but
what level was he at?
he was in. Let's see. I'm actually looking right now. He was in AAA last year. Batted 277, 417 on base percentage, 474 slugging, 23 bombs,
Where does he play?
left field and third base.
Okay,
No, which is it was they have like Nick Maton.
they need a third baseman for sure.
Yeah. No, you'll see his name hopefully next year.
I hope so because that's like exciting that somebody plays well in AAA.
Yeah. No, Tigers are weird.
And I love Spencer Torkelson.
We love Spencer.
I think yeah, we definitely both do. I think he actually did figure it out.
He looked good at the end of the year.
He had 31 homers this year.
Yeah, no,
Crazy.
his power numbers took off.
Riley Green's a stud.
Riley Green is a stud.
It's just filling, and this is what I mean that Javier Baez contract. Like,
You know how many pretty
so
good
bad.
players you could get with that money?
I know, and they're
Yeah,
not the
you
biggest.
could just
They're
get
not the
one.
biggest market team, so they can't just cut them and be like, "Fuck it, we'll pay them and pay somebody else." They took the gamble, and
Watch last year, like, oh,
he would swing a slider that I throw 3 feet out of the zone. It's unbelievable.
it's awesome and
It's
terrible.
kind of awesome. It is kind of awesome.
How little he cares.
But the AL Central is so bad that I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers like make some kind of weird run.
Yeah, the Twins have been on like coast mode for the past 5 years. Like they're like, we don't have to change anything.
They just lost their best pitcher.
That's true.
They,
But they have
Twins just
Pablo
lost
Lopez.
who rocks. I love Pablo Lopez.
Yeah,
But
but
Twins have got so far this offseason, the Twins have, without a shadow of a doubt, gotten worse.
that's true. And Tigers have gotten a little bit better.
Tigers have gotten a little bit better. And I think I was reading from like May 1st on, played above 500, the Tigers.
The AJ Hinch difference, man.
He is a good manager.
I can manage.
I just saw a notification on my phone that they gave him a contract extension. So
Oh, good.
whatever that's worth.
Tigers. I mean, let's face it. No one wants to live in Detroit.
I know. Except for Javier Baez.
He belongs.
I hate it. But all right, so some more bad players. Luis Severino,
Met.
1 year, 13 million. I don't hate it at all if I'm a Mets fan. It's not my money.
Money doesn't matter to the Mets.
Right, exactly. It's not my fucking money.
And he could be good.
He could. I want him to be good.
Remember how electric he was to start out his career?
Yeah.
Like, dude, the guy's got a crazy arm.
Yeah, nuts.
Yeah. Like he was supposed to be the ace of the future for the Yankees for years to come.
Yeah, and he was horrible last year. It was so bad last year.
Yeah, it was bad.
I want him to be really good. I hope he figures it out in the Mets. I am not confident at all. I think he might just be one of these guys that gets hurt and never figures it out again, which is sad. I don't like that.
Yeah, no matter what team someone's on, I hate that.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. And I'm a Red Sox fan. He was on the Yankees.
Yeah, and that's something we see a lot, which
You see it a ton.
Yeah.
But yeah, Severino. The Mets also signed Joey Wendell, who I have a strange fascination with because he doesn't wear batting gloves.
Westchester University.
That's right. One-time All-Star Joey Wendell. People forget.
Yes, he was an all-star. Yes.
But yeah, Joey Wendell. He's gonna play third and second and have like a 600 OPS or something. So
yeah. Mets
congratulations, Mets fans. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I do have a topic. Braves bullpen.
I want to talk about Reynaldo Lopez.
Yeah, I mean he's part of Braves bullpen's gonna be sick.
You think so? Do you think
also could start?
I was about to say, is he gonna start?
That's the report that I was fed that I texted to you.
Yeah.
Is that he will be stretched out in spring training.
All right.
He used to be a starter.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
and I think he's a better reliever because
His
he
stuff certainly plays up.
throws straight smoke.
Yeah, like big time.
Um, but either way, I think he'll be valuable for the Braves.
Yeah, I think that too. They paid him 3 years, 30 million.
Yeah, I mean that's like
They didn't pay him nothing.
I'd pay Ronaldo Lopez that though.
I was surprised that he got 3 years.
Yeah, he is a little older.
Well, I just think 3 years for any reliever that's not a closer is is weird, but I guess it makes more sense if you think that he can start.
They also, yeah, if he can start, that's kind of a
Crazy.
steal.
Yeah, if
Um,
he starts games, if he consistently turns into a starter, this is like a steal of the century.
yeah, the Braves also turned around, gave Joe Jimenez 2 or 3 years,
Okay, he is a good reliever, so I like that.
and gave Pierce Johnson 2 or 3 years.
I forgot about that one, Pierce Johnson. He was a
But
stud for
so
you guys.
like Braves bullpen is
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
which like very underrated moves, but I loved him because Pierce Johnson came to the Braves and was electric last year.
yes,
Joe Jimenez didn't have a crazy big role in the Braves, but was good when he was used.
yeah. Y'all just need one starter.
Just one. That's all
And
I asked.
honestly, you don't even need a starter. You don't really need it.
Yeah, I mean they also gave Charlie Morton his option,
Yeah. Do you think
which
I was reading some of this? Um, is there any chance that Kelenic just gets flipped for Dylan Cease or something like that?
that's actually a really good point. I didn't think about that. Was the Cease the Braves have been in on Cease according to reports like all off season.
They just want Strider 2.0.
The White Sox know what they have, so I think they're just like gonna play the market as much as they can, like have an auction style.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem like the Braves type of way to play into that,
I
but
don't know either.
they could. I think Anthopoulos sees something in Kellenic. Um,
I lean that way too, but I heard that rumor. I just heard an idea that maybe they're just going to flip Kelenic for another starter. And I'd be like, it makes sense because they don't need Kelenic.
yeah,
They don't
yeah.
need.
You can find
Yeah,
guys to fill that spot for a year.
yeah.
Marcelo Ozuna.
40
I
home run.
mean, 40 home run hitter. Ozuna from the Braves. I mean, he's a classic.
I can't believe he had 40 homers.
Yes.
I still can't believe it.
Oh man.
I thought if you asked me last April, uh, if Marcelo Ozuna would still be playing baseball at the end of May, I would have said no.
Remember his first month?
He was the worst player in baseball.
And then Brian Snitker stood by his side. And then every Braves player said he's the best locker room presence. And then he changed Michael Harris's season. Like Marcelo Ozuna is. There's a lot we don't know about him.
He might be the MVP.
Like Michael Harris is like all credit goes to Marcelo Ozuna. And Acuna was like, yeah, he's created me into what I am today.
Yeah, he's the best.
Like, what has he done?
The PR, the Marcelo Ozuna's PR team needs a raise.
Yeah.
It's holy shit.
He went from beating his wife and drunk driving to loved.
To the most loved player on the Braves.
Ozuna from the Braves. Also, the drunk driving was during the season after a playoff win.
He played the next day. Here like 2 days later.
Yeah, get in there.
I am Ozuna from the Braves.
Yeah, so weird guy, but
apparently the best guy ever.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
But no, the Braves. I don't think they're convinced that Reynaldo Lopez can start.
No.
And they shouldn't be. They're going to try. I commend them for trying.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But
at worst, you have a really good bullpen arm.
Yeah, and you got Bummer.
No, at worst with Ronaldo Lopez.
I know, but like you have
you have too many bullpen arms now.
Your bullpen, yeah, you legit. You might.
Yeah. You still have Raciel Iglesias.
Yeah. So who's your bullpen? It's Bummer. It's crazy I can name this many guys in your bullpen.
Yeah.
Joe Jimenez, Iglesias, Bummer, Lopez, Who else did we just talk about?
Shoot, I'm totally blanking on his name already. There's a lot of curveballs from the Rockies.
Oh, Pierce Johnson. Thank
Pierce
you.
Johnson.
Like,
Nick Anderson's still in that bullpen.
crazy.
Um, we also got someone else.
The
Uh,
Braves. The Braves are so good.
yeah, they're fun.
They're so good.
Who do you want the Red Sox to go after? What's your
Uh, I
classic post wish list?
yeah. Okay. So I've heard they are targeting trades more so than free agents.
Yeah.
With the
Love.
exception being Yamamoto.
I think Yamamoto would be cool.
Number one on my wish list is 100% Yamamoto.
Yeah, I like that.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I want him to pitch at Fenway Park for the next 10 years. Then it goes to trading with the Brewers for Corbin Burns.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think I think the Brewers are going to sell
Yeah.
because they DFA'd Woodruff.
That was
Not
crazy.
in DFA them, they non-tendered him, which is nuts.
Insane to me.
I know he's not going to pitch next year.
What is his injury? His shoulder?
I don't know,
I know
but
his shoulder, which is cause for concern
I know. But is it not worth it to just pay him this year?
because the
And
guy
then
is good.
if he looks if he looks like he did before the injury, and 2 years from now, and you're rebuilding, trade him.
Yeah, I like Brandon Woodruff. He's
He's really good.
yeah.
Uh,
That
I think that's just proof that the Brewers are they non-tendered Rowdy Tellez too. Although I know had a down year, but I just think they don't want to pay anybody now. I think they're tearing it down.
yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
which makes sense because they're a smaller market team, and
There's
yeah,
no way they could trade Yelich. Like
I
that contract
you
is
could you after the year he had, you probably could. You could package him
you'd
with
have to
something.
package someone good for nothing.
I think you could still get something. Yelich was a 4-win player.
Yeah, but he's owed what, 30 something
A
million?
lot. He's owed a lot.
Yeah. And I
But
think it's backloaded too, actually.
I think it might be. But I think if you eat, I don't know, you eat 25% of the contract, package him with somebody else, you probably get something. I don't know what it is, but something.
Is Jesse Winker still on the team?
Who knows? I think he's taking BP at Rollins right now.
What a crazy. We talked about this last time too. Like, what happened?
I don't know. Well, he's probably a fresh kitchen in Tampa with Yelich.
Uh, our meeting with Yelich and Winker, yes.
That's right. Our secret meeting. We talked
Yeah.
about starting the podcast with Jackson Mills. Shout out Jackson Mills.
Shout out Jackson Mills.
Got hired by the Rays. Jackson Mills. Shout out.
Best friend of the pod.
The friend of the pod. Rays insider Jackson Mills. That's what we refer to you as. But okay, back to the Red Sox. Sorry, I'm getting way sidetracked. A lot of Red Sox fans want Whit Merrifield. I don't really want him.
Oh, what Merrifield pushes the needle too far.
No, he doesn't. That's the problem. We need a second baseman desperately. I understand that.
What's up with Mondesi?
He's a free agent.
Oh, they didn't even.
We traded for nothing.
You traded Blake Taylor or whatever his name is.
We traded Josh Taylor, who also got he fucking tore his labrum 2 months later. And Mondesi got re-injured, of course, and never played a single game.
And now he's free agent again.
And now he's free agent.
That would have been so fun if they had Mondesi.
I know.
Why not sign him for this year?
He has the best swing in the show of all time.
I don't agree.
I do. He's my creative player swing every year.
I don't agree.
Every year. But what's out there for second base? Like, who the fuck?
You missed out on the Joey Wendell train. Okay.
We did. I would have loved Joey Wendell.
You could always re-sign Kike, dude.
Yeah, that went well. Playing him in the infield went great.
So bad, dude.
He was awful in the infield. He was a good center fielder, though. Give him that. But
yeah,
the Red Sox need pitching.
They do.
They just need pitching. We need starters because we have Bayo. I like Cutter Crawford a lot, actually.
I really like Brian Bayo. I
Brian
like
Bayo,
I like
Brian,
watching him pitch.
yes, Brian Bayo is a stud. Chris Sale is one of those guys now where you sort of have to just plan your season around him being healthy and just hope he's healthy
Yep.
because
Yep.
his contract's so much that you can't be like, oh well, we have Sale as like our sixth starter.
He has to be in the rotation if
He's
he's
in the
not.
rotation, and he looked really good at the
Yeah,
end of last season.
he did. He
It
really
was
did.
fucking meaningless baseball games, but he looked really good. So what I want is like the 100th percentile outcome of the Red Sox rotation if we sign Yamamoto is crazy. Like you'd have Yamamoto, you'd have Sale, you'd have Bayo, you'd have Cutter Crawford, and like Garrett Whitlock.
Get Whitlock stud.
Garrett Whitlock, or maybe Hauk figures it out as a starter.
Yeah, yeah. I was big on Hauk.
I love Hauk. I think I want him to be a starter, but I'm not. I really don't know if he can. But the thing with Hauk is you want to make him a reliever, he's going to be a dominating reliever.
Did the Red Sox sign a new GM yet?
Craig Breslow.
Oh yeah, Craig
We
Bryce.
we we fired a Jewish graduate from Yale with the initials CB to hire another Jewish graduate from Yale with the initials CB.
But this one played Major League Baseball.
He's going to run the organization the exact same as Heimblum.
I kind of liked the way Heimblum was going about it.
I was pissed when they fired him.
Yeah.
I think they should have gave him one more. They should have gave him this offseason.
Craig Breslow, notable Brave.
Notable 2013 champion.
Nice.
All right.
No, yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, like, I like the way the Red Sox operate,
I did
and
too.
they're building a good thing.
People have like already written off Trevor Story.
Yeah,
He's not a bad baseball player.
it's just
He's
out of
not.
the.
I don't think he's going to live up to the contract, but especially now that he's playing short.
But you're excited for Trevor Story.
Yes, I am. You have to be.
You were telling me this.
You have to be excited because
Yeah,
well, I watched Kike Hernandez play like 100 games at fucking shortstop last year. I can't anything, literally anything.
yeah, and yeah, the Red Sox have a cool player like
I think Verdugo is going to get traded.
Jaron Duran.
People forget.
Looked very good.
Yep, he got hurt, but he played like 130 games or something too. He played like a full season basically, and looked awesome. He looks really.
I mean, defensively a little bit left to be desired, but hitting wise.
But he went from literally the worst defensive center fielder I've ever seen in my entire life to being like kind of average, and that was just a huge.
And that's not an easy place to play center field either.
No, and we have Yoshida's tough because Yoshida can hit, but can't play left field to save his fucking life. And I think the idea is for him to be the DH primarily because Justin Turner's gone.
True. I really like Justin Turner on the Red Sox.
Yeah, he was great. It's just the fit with Yoshida literally not being able to play left.
Yep.
He'll play left every now and then just to get him off his feet or get somebody else off their feet. But an everyday left field, it shows in his WAR accumulation. He had like a 1 point something WAR with
having a pretty good hitting year.
With having a pretty good hitting year, it's like, yeah, he probably shouldn't play left.
Where do you think Verdugo gets traded?
Hopefully the Brewers for Corbin Burns.
I wouldn't mind that.
But I like we said, we went over the Brewers outfield there.
They already have a sick,
kind of sick outfield, which hurts.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else is available for trade. I mean, I don't want Dylan Cease. I'll be honest with you.
Just because.
Well, I mean, I won't say that I don't want him. For the right price, I would like him, but I think the price is going to be too high.
Yeah, especially like looking at 2 years ago compared to last year.
Yeah, I just think I don't like guys that walk people. It's the same reason I don't want Blake Snell on my baseball team.
Ah, Blake Snell, man.
I hate I want to not have a heart attack when I'm sitting down to watch the Sox. And
I, I agree.
yeah, but we just need starters. Literally, almost any starting pitcher I'd be pretty happy with.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
everybody on the market, except honestly, except for Blake Snell. I would be kind of mad if we signed Blake Snell.
Because you know you'd have to go up so much money.
It would be just too much money for what I want to do. Jordan Montgomery is his wife is doing a residency in Boston. So he's currently living in Boston and working out at Boston College. So maybe there's that.
Some big J journalism from you right there.
That's right. I went to their house. No, okay.
I banked him.
I said I knocked on the door and said, "Is this Jordan Montgomery's house?" But he I would like Jordan Montgomery. I'd like Yamamoto. I'd like Eduardo Rodriguez. I'd like, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's so bad right now that anything's going to be an upgrade. So give me
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I was impressed by the Red Sox last year,
Yeah, they fell off real hard at the end of the year, but
but most teams that aren't competing do.
yeah. And
Like they played above what I thought they were going to be at, and that's all you can.
yeah, Casas is a stud. Devers, even in kind of a down year, Devers was still a stud.
Oh, Devers is the man.
Yeah, Devers is a man. We're gonna get a full season story. Who I mean, he sucked hitting in the limited time, but I don't expect him to be that bad.
Yeah,
If he can hit league average, his defense is gonna propel him to a nice season.
yeah,
We need some depth at second. I don't. The problem is that I don't know where you're gonna get it.
yeah. I really
I have no idea who's the second baseman market. Who?
get Elvis Andrews.
Who
I know it's like
I don't like it. There's no guy that I've seen where I'm like, yeah, that's the guy I want.
Tim Anderson at second.
I texted you.
Yeah,
I would fucking not hate it at all. Take a flyer on Tim Anderson.
do a year contract maybe.
That's the most he's gonna get is a year, and it's not gonna be for that much money.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a prove it year no matter what.
Prove it year no matter what, and why not have it on the Sox?
Yeah,
Maybe sign both Tim Anderson and Whit Merrifield.
Whit Merrifield, baby.
I wouldn't hate so I don't want to shit on the Whit Merrifield idea because he is still a good player and he does give you some
Not exciting.
he's not exciting, but he gives you defensive versatility and he's gonna hit all right.
Yeah,
And maybe that's all you want at second base. Maybe that's all you need. But
maybe.
I think the Red Sox should be looking for a lefty, or not a lefty, a righty power bat.
Especially at Fenway, obviously.
Name the best hitters in the Red Sox lineup. It's Casas, Devers, and Yoshida, and Verdugo and Durant. They're all lefties,
Lefties.
right? So, and Turner's gone.
How do you feel about Adam Duvall coming off another wrist injury?
I love Duvall. I have to love Duvall. He was a baller. Like he played so well for the Sox. I would not hate him coming back at all. Actually, really at all. I don't know if the problem with Duvall is that you can basically pencil him in for like 100 to 110 games.
Yeah.
You can't pencil him in for 140 because he's good.
I get nervous with the wrist injuries.
Yeah, I mean, he came back from that wrist injury though and played really well.
He did.
So I can't be too concerned about it. I kind of forgot he was a free agent.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw his name earlier today and I was like, yeah, if I'm the Red Sox, I'd take him back.
Yeah, I would.
Before we signed Kelenic, I was like, Braves should just sign Duvall again.
Ooh, that would have been cool. I would have liked that.
Yeah.
He's a good Brave. He's better.
Legendary. Grand Slam in the World Series.
Yeah, coolest moment ever.
Yeah.
He was with the Braves, and then he was with the Marlins.
And then we traded
Alex
Jackson for him.
Alex Jackson,
who had a 50% K rate.
Yeah, he's like barely a backup catcher. I don't think he's even.
We traded that year. We 2021 we traded Alex Jackson for Duval, Bryce Ball for Jock Peter or for Soler. No, for Jock
With
Peterson.
Doc Peterson, I remember that one.
Bryce Ball no longer in the Cubs organization at all, and I do not know who we traded for Soler. I do not remember.
Yeah, I don't think it was anybody important, and those guys carried you to a World Series, so probably worth it.
Yeah, it's just an insane trade deadline that year.
That was I remember thinking, why are the Braves trading?
Yeah, I was there at 500.
Yeah, I was like, why are the Braves buying? And then they won the World Series.
Yeah, it was crazy.
There's a lot of things the Sox need to do. I would prefer to them to do it now rather than
Yeah,
later.
yeah, get someone rather than just like trying to pick up scraps at the end of free agency.
Yeah. I think. Well, what's not a lot of Shohei news,
No, I know the Braves are still in.
right? I don't even want to think about it.
That would be insane.
I don't even want to think about it.
I yeah,
They might set the record for games won if they get Shohei. They might win 120 games.
yeah.
But I don't see it happening at all.
Giants Shohei would be cool.
Giants. I still think it's going to go to the Dodgers. I've heard. Remember when I think the Blue Jays rumors have been put to bed. Thank God.
Yeah.
And it's like he was never going to the Jays. Come
No, dude.
on, never.
Giants, Cubs. Cubs are still in.
Cubs would be honestly. Cubs would be the coolest team for him to go to.
Cubs being good is good for baseball.
Cubs being good for baseball, easily.
Yeah.
And yeah, I still think he's going to go to the Dodgers, which sucks. But I think that report came out that teams he's supposed to make a decision within the week.
Really?
That's what the report said. Who the fuck knows if it's true?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the earliest reports of him were, I'm going to hold meetings with teams, and if a report gets out that I had a meeting with you guys,
Yeah.
I'm going to hold it against you. And I think that's what we're seeing. That's why there's no Shohei news at all.
It's all secret.
It's all secret, which I kind of respect.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I think that's exciting. And then once he signs, everything else will fall.
Everything's going to fall. Everything's going to fall.
Yeah. Yeah. Just gotta wait.
You just have to wait. And I hopefully does it within the week so the Red Sox will fucking get moving.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
and then I think Juan Soto to the Yankees is pretty much a done deal.
Yeah, I've seen a lot about that.
A lot of rumors about Soto to the Yankees, and Soto's definitely going to get traded.
Yeah. Padres are in like actual debt as an organization.
I know they had to take out a loan to pay their players.
Yeah. And I think their owner died or like president.
Yeah, their owner died, which is pretty sad. He had cancer, I think.
He looked he looked I saw like pictures of him from the last few games. I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah, yikes. But yeah, their owner died. They were taking out loans to pay players. They're a mess.
they're an absolute mess.
So they're already trying to move Bogey off of short after year one. I could have fucking told you that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That was a crazy contract.
31, 32-year-old Boogie. He's going to be 42 at the end.
They gave him 11 years. 11.
That's going to be so bad soon.
Yeah, it's already not great. I mean, he played fine last year, but I don't know. You're paying Jake Cronenworth way too much money.
Oh, Jake Cronenworth.
Yeah, you're paying Jake Cronenworth. The Padres are in a tough spot, man.
They really are.
And they're gonna have to trade Soto, and I think he's probably gonna go to the Yankees, which, as a Red Sox fan, sucks.
Yeah, Soto. What an interesting career so far.
He's gonna hit like 50 at Yankee Stadium.
Oh my God.
He's gonna hit like, yeah. It's such a short porch. He's just gonna launch to right field.
Soto, man.
He's also just a generational hitter, and he's gonna be on the Hall of Fame. So,
Oh, I mean, even last year, down year, and he was still like,
it was kind of a down year, but he still had like a
stat.
160 WRC plus.
The guy
percent of
just
the time,
walked so much.
20%.
That's insane.
One out of every 5 plate appearances, Juan Soto's walking.
That's awesome.
And in the other ones, he still hits probably what, 270 last year.
Yeah.
capability to
That's,
hit 300 as well.
that's great with a high on base percentage, high slugging percentage. Like,
He's going to be. I hope that something falls apart and he does not go to the Yankees, but he'll be a gigantic problem as a Red Sox fan.
yeah,
Uh, and
ugh.
I'm sure I'll hate him as a Yankee. I'm sure I'll fucking despise him.
He'll look weird in a Yankees uniform.
He will. Most people do.
Ugh. Either.
But all right. So we talked about Woodruff. Oh, more Mariners talk. Mike Ford got non-tendered.
Mike Ford. I love Mike Ford.
He had a 123 WRC plus and 250 plate appearances.
I I'm not gonna say I paid a ton of attention to him last year, but every Mariners highlight I saw
Mike,
somehow had
Mike Ford.
something to do with Mike Ford.
I know. That's why I was really confused when he got non-tendered.
I was like, give him a chance.
That's what I thought. You need
Guy
to. We just
has
I went on a fucking huge rant like 30 minutes ago about how the Mariners
like,
desperately need hitters.
yeah,
But
Mike
yeah,
Ford.
that was weird. Juan Yepes got non-tendered. You remember Juan Yepes?
Juan Yepes was supposed to be the next like really good hitting guy.
I think he might go to a different organization and be pretty good.
If I'm a contending team, I'll take. If I'm the Yankees, I'll take a flyer on Juan
If I'm a
Yepes.
non-contending team, I'll take a flyer on Juan Yepes. If he plays well, I just trade him.
Oh yeah, could you imagine like the Royals pick him up,
Yeah,
like the
no,
Athletics,
maybe he's
flip him for a prospect at the deadline?
and then it's almost a Vogelbach was non-tender. It's almost a sure thing that he goes to a fucking awful team, hits really well, gets traded for, and sucks. Right? That's all. I mean, right? That's
If
gonna.
I'm the Athletics, I'm signing all these guys.
You understand how fun that would be?
And just a team full, like the Athletics are already like the island of misfit toys. If they just fully played into it and just signed all non-tender guys and
It's a
flipped all of them at the deadline.
it's a team of Adam Simber, Rowdy Telez, Juan Yepes, Mike Ford, and Daniel Vogelbach.
That team could win some ball games, though.
Who? We got three first basemen, three fat first.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? You're the
Didn't Rowdy Telez catch at one point?
There's no shot.
I don't know. I just made
No.
that up.
Uh, Rowdy Telez is an interesting one.
I always thought Rowdy Telez was like just a middle tier first baseman. Like,
He abused the Red Sox when he was on the Jays.
yeah, I do remember the days.
Abused them. Like he would hit like 50% of his season home runs against the Sox. It was crazy.
That's insane.
But I think I like Rowdy. He's
Bring
probably, besides Woodruff, my favorite of the non-tender guys. I think because it was one really bad year, which guys can
Yeah,
bounce back from.
yeah. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll go back to just pretty good production.
Like where he goes is probably some shitty team. Like because Candelario was non-tendered last year,
Yes, yes.
and the Nats picked him up, and
Nationals, really good job so far in their rebuild.
I like the Nationals.
Like outperformed
Yeah,
everything last year. Found
they
some like studs.
they picked up Stone Garrett off the scrap heap. He looks like a decent player.
Don Garrett's good. He's also ripped, which is cool.
A little bit older, but he's I like Stone Garrett. Like they just have like weird players. Because who's there? Lane Thomas. I like Lane Thomas.
Alex Call.
CJ Abrams, I think, is a fucking stud.
No, that trade's starting to look really good. James Wood is going to be awesome.
James Wood is awesome.
Mackenzie Gore, cool.
Yeah, cool. Very cool.
CJ Abrams, cool. Robert Hassel, we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, hopefully I think he was struggling the last time I heard of him, but I mean, still young, still a prospect.
Yeah.
Um,
Nationals are doing great. Dylan,
I like the Nationals. It's definitely too early for them to be considered good.
yeah, but like
out of the really bad teams, the Nationals are certainly like the most.
they have a future.
Yeah,
They're doing their rebuild right.
yeah, they are 100%. And I like Josiah Gray had a good year as well.
So I had a great year.
D2 legend.
D2 legend.
He was a Lemoyne Dolphin.
Lemoyne Dolphin, and it's like Buffalo or Syracuse or something like that.
I did a visit there.
Ugh,
It was a long way away from home. It was real cold.
that sounds so cold, dude.
They saw me they saw me throw a baseball and then hit, and then they asked if I had any aspirations of being a pitcher. They saw my swing and they're like, "Ooh."
So, I mean, they produce great pitchers.
They saw my swing and they're like, "You should pitch." And I was like, "Maybe I should have."
No,
Nah, maybe I should have.
no, 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 no. You
But
fulfilled your role quite well.
yeah, now the D2 washout backup weak hitting catcher, and my co-host Division 2 washout reliever closer starter pinch runner.
Oh, yes, pinch runner, very important
And this is thinking right center. Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, okay. I think we've talked about everything, I think. I don't think we missed that much.
No, that was fun.
That was a good time. I needed
That
that.
was that was the type of baseball I love to talk